Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2020 with Mogchelle.
Hi, everybody.
So it's been a bit since the last time we got the chance to see you. It was at Ohayocon 2018. How have you been since then?
Well, a lot has happened since then. Well, cosplay-wise, not as much because I was kind of got into a car accident, but it wasn't my fault. But so it kind of led to some injuries, so it slowed me down on the cosplay side of things. But getting better, working on it.
Well, I hope you have a good recovery here after 2 years.
Yes.
So how do you juggle like the life full of cosplaying, work-life balance? Like, you work in you're like a normal everyday person working a normal 9-to-5 job, and then you do all of this craziness of cosplay. How do you balance it?
A lot of patience. I actually have a teenage son, so he's been a huge help. And because he's like, oh, my mom's kind of famous, so he's very sweet. My employers actually know about what I do, and they're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And sometimes you raise money for charity. Heck yeah, take time off for that. Right? But a lot of times it's, if I'm in a crunch, I'll sleep less. But overall, I have a really good support system that helps me out. And there's always Grubhub if I can't feed the kids.
So a fun thing is still holding down. We talked about a normal job and working in your office. So a fun thing, because you're a cosplayer, you got to win your office cosplay / Halloween costume contest last year. How was it like putting that all together in that full armor and everything?
It was kind of interesting. It was only the second time I've worn the suit of armor, and I had to pull one of my coworkers into the bathroom. I'm like, okay, do you know how to do this? She goes, no. What is cosplay? Okay, so I had to walk a complete noob that had nothing about costumes or cosplay, and was like, how come it doesn't have the little plastic mask kind of Halloween stuff, strapping me into all of this armor. And then I got to walk around the office with people going, oh my gosh, where did you buy that? My garage. So apparently my garage is the new costume shop for the office. So
Now, you mentioned in our last interview 2 years ago that you had started doing 3D printing. You were working on helping some other people, doing some commissions with them. How's it going for you making, as a little extra sidekick for your business, and then on top of that, making stuff for yourself for your own cosplay?
It's actually going pretty well. Since I've not been traveling that much lately because of just the injuries and whatnot, I've been able to stay home, make some things for friends and few people online, and mostly armor bits lately made of foam and just resin cast pieces. Not so much on the 3D printing side, surprisingly. But yeah.
It was going for a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, it was super fun, but now they're like, oh, well, we want something else that's lighter. So foam is really light, so I've been using that a lot.
Well, that sounds interesting. So you mentioned, that's the fun part about you is that you've been doing this now for 20 plus years. You've got a really great network of friends. We've got a really great network of cosplay friends that, came with you from the very 90s and through the 10s when cosplay started to really pick up. And, you guys, like, every once in a while do group cosplays. How hard and or easy is it to do a group cosplay versus doing a solo?
It's so hard. It's like herding kittens. Seriously, because everyone has different things going on in their lives, so not everyone's going to be in the same phase of making a thing that someone else is. Some people don't have a job and they have a significant other that can support them, so they're like, oh, I'm just going to make things all day. Some people have 3 jobs, so they're a little bit slow because you have to make a living for yourself. So sometimes it takes a couple of years to get a group together successfully. People drop, but it's definitely. It's a lot of fun cosplaying as a group because you feel the camaraderie and you all get to go out and be like, yeah, look at us. And a group presence is just always really fun for the crowds. Yeah. But actually getting out and about, finishing a build, wearing it is a lot easier on your own. So, yeah, it's one's more fun, the solo's easier.
So what would you say was one of your most happiest group cosplays you got to do?
Oh my gosh, probably the one for BlizzCon. We did a big group of Death Knights designed by Zach Fisher, and he does some amazing work. And HDC Cosplay, he's also here at Ohayocon as well. He was also a part of that group, and he's like my brother, so like we got through the build together. Everyone was very supportive of each other. There was a lot of tears, but it felt like there was almost 50 of us in this humongous march just walking through BlizzCon. And yeah, that would probably be like the best successful group cosplay I've ever been a part of.
Well, I love Death Knights. They're cool. So again, you've been coming to Ohayocon again, as we talked about, for many, many years, not just as a guest, but as a fan as well. How's it been to see the convention grow over the last 20 years? Like we said, you started as just a fan, and now you've moved into the entertainment end of the cosplay spectrum. So what's it like to move from fandom to a guest and then see it just slowly build in momentum to the point where the news station projected 23,000 people here for the weekend.
20, what? I remember when it was like 23. No.
John, our producer, was here on the very first one, so he remembers when it was like 2 people.
Wow. 200. Because I think this is my 17th Ohayocon. So, because I started pretty early, but I remember the vendors hall was just a small little ballroom with maybe 10 vendors in it. There was such a small convention. The camaraderie was there. A lot of the core people from back then I still know now, and they still have that bond. So watching it grow, yeah, it's amazing. It's evolved. So many more people are enjoying it. It still kind of has that friendly small con feel, even though it's huge. But it's more like a family reunion with a whole bunch of extra kids, because everyone's had I think everyone that I know from back then is all even having kids now. So our kids are running around, and oh my gosh. Well, I can't even right now.
Because I got in 10 years ago. Because I was part of it 10 years ago, just as a on the floor staffer, and then I met John, thankfully, and I've moved into this. So it's even interesting for me to see that perspective over the last 10 years, to see it grow and change just within 10-year time span.
I'm actually working on a World of Warcraft Jaina, so I'm really excited for that. And I know anyone that knows me knows I really like Disney, and I kind of have a thing for Frozen, and I know a lot of people are like, I don't like the original Frozen movie. But there's this dress in Frozen 2, and it totally inspired me to get up off my butt and start making things, and kind of... So those 2 things, I think, are going to be the next ups.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a really good fan. I really love Jaina Pridemore, and the fact that Laura Bailey does her voice, too, makes it even better.
I mean, she's been my wallpaper on my phone for a couple months now, so that's been hyping me up for it. So I've been gathering materials, and soon.
Well, remember, you got to have the anchor in there.
Oh, it will.
Good. So now, is there any way for fans, obviously, as we have multiple ways of seeing you back here, and then on top of that, what message, so where can we follow you if people can't read, and where, and then what message would you love to give to people who have been keeping up with you, like we said, the early 90s to now?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Mogchelle. Same thing with Facebook and Twitter. I don't tweet that much. Instagram's more active. Yes, definitely. Everyone likes the Instagrams more. And as far as a message to everybody, doesn't matter if you're new, if you've been in cosplay for a really, really, really long time, like 20 years or something. Age doesn't matter. Skill doesn't matter. Just get out there and do it. It's super fun. I'm still enjoying it after all these years, and yeah, I just want to keep seeing it grow and evolve and stay positive.
Again, Mog, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me. Thank you again.
No problem. Thank you, guys.